Hello YouTubers, what we are going to do today is we're going to make a multi-deck t-shirt. And what it is it means you have two different kinds of material. So this is holographic vinyl and this is rhinestones. So we're actually not making this shirt today. We're going to make a rhinestone soccer heart. So we're going to cut the design and then make it. So let me go show you your supplies. Alright, so you're going to need a t-shirt. Obviously, and then the inside of the design is vinyl, so you're going to need some vinyl. We're going to do two-color design. It's going to be a soccer ball, so we're going to do glitter for the black and then plain white. And then all the design calls for SS10 rhinestones, so we're going to use some clear rhinestones. I get my rhinestones from JSI Signs and from the Rhinestone World. And these are hot fix rhinestones, which means they have the glue on the back. And then you're going to need some rhinestone template material. There's two kinds out there. There's this red kind they call Rocket, and then and this is available for most places. And then the Rhinestone World sells their own called Magic Flock. As far as I can tell, they're the same thing. I'm sure somebody's gonna scream at me for it, but you can use either one. I got this from JSI, and then this is from JSI, and then this is from the Rhinestone World. And then you'll need some hot fix tape. And what it is it's basically like transfer tape, but you can actually get it hot. Please don't take any of your vinyl, your transfer tape for your adhesive vinyl. It will not end well. And then you're gonna want a brush. This is a trim brush from painting. You can find it at Home Depot. It's not a special brush by any means, so please don't go fall for some. You need some special brush, you don't. And then I adore the scoop from the Rhinestone World with a cork in it. It makes cleaning up rhinestones so much easier. So let's go set it up in the software and cut it. Alright, so this is the design that we are going to make. It's a soccer ball with some rhinestones around it and a heart. So when you bring it in, you're going to file and ungroup. And these are the two parts of my heart. I can make him white. So that's my heart. So that's the heart, and then this is the soccer ball pattern. And then this guy, these are my little rhinestones. So because Cricut software is a pain in the butt, I've had to combine these now. So instead of being able to ungroup them, if you release compound path, you'll be able to move around the rhinestones now. They'll ungroup them all. But I wouldn't do that unless you really want to move them around now, because it's much easier for the software, because the software sees it as one object. If you release compound path and have all these things and you're trying to select a bunch of them and move them, the computer will have a problem with it, just because it's so many objects. But if you're just going to cut it, so this guy we're going to cut, we're not going to mirror, we're just going to cut them on the rhinestone settings. These two I'm going to flip. And it probably honestly doesn't matter so much because they're fairly symmetrical, but you would flip them and mirror them. We would mirror them, and then we cut them on normal vinyl settings. So this one will be glitter and this one will be smooth HTV. This rhinestone one, I've already turned on the cut lines. When you originally go, it's going to look like this, and just make sure you hit your cut. And then I have a custom setting that I've made of a speed of 5, a force of 33, and definitely make sure your overcut is turned on. And what the overcut does is, and this is what I did with mine. So it goes a little bit past the hole, and so it makes, so I have the starting one set at 0.10 and then the ending one at 0.20. And the reason I did that was because that way it'll cut a little bit past the holes to make sure the holes are cut all the way around. And we'll colors out of this guy. But please, please, please test cut your machine, or test cut. This is your test cut feature. I have two different machines, the gold one and the pink one, and they cut differently. So make sure that you test cut. That's what I was doing. That's my little test cut. You can't see it. There it is. To make sure that my settings still worked and that my blade was still okay to do this. Also, a newer, sharper blade is going to be nicer for this because it is a lot of cutting, obviously. So other than that, we're going to hit send, and then I'm going to cut these two, then we're going to go press them. Alright, so I got everything cut. This is the actual soccer ball, so we got the glitter, the black glitter, and then the white. This is what our rhinestone looks like, and you might be able to see some holes, but more than likely it's just going to look like you haven't done anything. So we will peel up and see how we did. And I know it sounds creepy, but I would recommend going with a quick peel rather than slow and painfully. Do you have any left over here? We're going to cut this little piece off. Alrighty. Did we get them all? Y'all, we got them all. Oh my gosh. Legit. Anytime I make one of these videos, the weirdest stuff happens and things that never have gone wrong always go wrong. Wow, I'm happy we could record this moment. Check it out. If something come out, you could put them on like a non-really sticky surface. This wood table, that's my cutting table, is perfect because it's kind of rough, it's not really slick. And then peel it off and they'll stick to the table and then you can peel them right off. So what I like to do is take this guy and scoop off the dots into the garbage can, and then I can put my template back on here on the sticky paper, and then you can keep it and then reuse it anytime you want to. Another use for this is instead of cutting this white heart out, you can cut patterned vinyl out and then use the heart for the same thing. So, or you could just do the rhinestones and leave the heart empty too on a really cool shirt, like a raglan. So I'm gonna go scrape this off and I'll be right back. All right, so that's my cleaned off paper. I just used the scraper and they all went to the garbage can. So when we get done, we can store it on this. Now, so I have this on my countertop, or my wood here. You can also use the cutting mats. The self-healing cutting mats work really well for this as well. So what we're going to do is dump out, these are SS10 Hot Fix rhinestones, and we are going to dump these out. And it helps to kind of go at a 45-degree angle. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but somebody's storming through the neighborhood. And you're going to brush and they're going to fall in. And you can either pick if you want to keep brushing them in, or just eventually I give up and just slide them into place. Kind of depends on what you want to do. You can continue to keep brushing them if you want to. Also, if you're going to make a template, you can't resize it. So whatever size it says, whatever size it comes in silhouette, you have to keep it that size. If you end up cutting this out of like holographic vinyl, then it can be any size you want it to be. And if you happen to be a Cricut person watching, you have to resize it because it'll come in the wrong measurements. So just resize it to the measurements on the picture. And so you're just going to you want more rhinestones than you need. Now, when you get done brushing, you want to brush them all off to the side. Now you want to come back and double check and make sure that you don't have any scragglers or any rhinestones that have sometimes you can stack two in a little spot. So just kind of come and make sure that you haven't, gotten any where they're not supposed to be. Now before you put down your hot fix tape, you want to definitely make sure that you've cleaned these rhinestones up. Because if you don't, what will happen is you will get them on your hot fix tape and you will have a giant mess on your hand. Ask me how I know. So what you're going to do now is take your hot fix tape. This is what it looks like. It's got a clear side and this is the backing. And you're going to want to cut a piece that is roughly the same size as your design. This little kink in the middle doesn't matter. And once again, please, please, please don't use the tape for adhesive vinyl. I can only imagine the mess it will melt. The mess it'll make when it melts everywhere. So Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to use this to pick up your rhinestones. Now the thing is, you have to commit. If you stutter, you're going to pick out part of them and then not the other part, and it's going to be bad. So you have to commit in one swoop. If you don't, that's when you get into trouble. Alright. So of course, we couldn't have it all go well. We got a couple that moved. Now this is, see up here kind of moved. Now this is really, you got two things you can do with this. This is a scattered design, so legitimately, nobody's probably going to know if this rhinestone is a hair higher than the other ones. Or what you can do while it's still in the template is move them back to where they're supposed to go. But there we go. You're going to want to rub. And there we go. Those are our rhinestones, and then I just leave this guy upside down and then I go press them. You can reuse this hotfix tape probably at least twice. Any more than that, I kind of get a little nervous with it. So at least twice. You can also use this hotfix tape for pattern vinyl. So let's go over to the heat press and heat press this puppy. All right, to move over to the heat press, we're waiting for it to warm up. So what I did is I have a disappearing ink pen, just a pink one. And I came down, and this is where I want roughly the top of my design to be. And then the rhinestone on the top is about 2.5 inches down. So just measure 2.5 inches. This is where we're gonna put our heart. Because the biggest thing you don't wanna do is put your heart up here and then you have no room for your rhinestones. So we're gonna put it, this is roughly where I want the top to be, and then this is roughly where I want my heart to be. And this is disappearing ink that's water soluble. So it will disappear in water, so when it's washed, if it doesn't come out, it's air soluble and water soluble. So it will come out when it's either washed or just by sitting in the air. Please just make sure you don't buy one that's heat set. There's a couple markers out there that when you heat them, they will they'll become permanent. So don't do that. I've got the heat press set for 320. So now we wait until it heats up. Alright, so we are going to pre-press just for a couple of seconds. Wrinkles, any moisture. Alright, so I went and marked the center of the shirt. I don't know if you can see it, it's really faint. This is a gift. If it was for me, I totally would wing it. But I marked the center of the shirt. This is our upper mark, and this is our lower mark. Since this is just smooth HTV, we're gonna just press it real quick. Probably 5 seconds or so. We just want to get it to stick. And yes, you need to do your HTV first because your rhinestones will because since they're tall, they'll prevent this from getting all the heat and pressure that it needs. So vinyl first. 15 on this guy. And then you're just going to lay them. Just be gentle about it. So see, they're still on their paper. So just be really gentle when you put them there so that you're not knocking them off. I mean, they're stuck, but they're not like, super glued into place. And then you're just going to close it. You don't need a cover sheet. And you're going to want to do this for a full 15 seconds. There we go. And it's a hot peel. And if any of your rhinestones come off, you can put the paper right back on and press them. Also, something you need to do real quick. While it's still warm, you're going to want to pick up your shirt and pull it apart. Sometimes the glue from the rhinestones, depending on how thick your shirt is, can go through. So pick them up and pull them apart. Alrighty, so there is our finished scattered soccer ball. See, not too much trouble to make. And then this is my pattern. So you can reuse this as many times as you want to, until I guess the sticky gives out in the back. And you could use this heart, you could put a monogram in it, you could put patterned vinyl in it, you could put just a solid color, no color, and reuse it multiple times. This is our hotfix tape. I just put it on the backing, and you can at least use it one more time, maybe two, depending on how brave you are. And there we go. If you have any questions, please let me know. I have a more in-depth tutorial on rhinestones if you want to know more about sizes and all that kind of stuff. This one was just kind of be a quick little project and a present for my friend for literally tomorrow. So I hope you liked. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.